Fist clench. Y'all know what this is. Now we do this, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Free All Radio, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and Robin Allen, a.k.a. the Lady of Rage. Let's get locked and loaded to make history, take history, and tape history. That's what it is. We fortunate, Joe. First and foremost, let me say appreciation to all y'all. Y'all can take a brief pause for the calls. The front windows and the front doors and the back windows, and let them know that we live and direct. Y'all can call in at 929-477-3785. Press 1 to be heard. I know there's a few callers that's going to be calling in because forgive people been calling saying, I've been leaving messages for you. You haven't got back to us, so on and so forth. And I don't start this stuff now. We'll be right if they don't mess with us. We up in the ante, we doing, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to do the interviews. My interviews, I'm trying to coincide them with the Free 'em All radio that we do on Wednesdays, y'all. But I see y'all tuning in. Good to see people tuning in. So again, y'all, grab the families, let them know, hey, we riding, we ain't set tripping. In the spirit of internationals, we rolling. I got some powerhouses in the building, y'all. Flashing back to some breaking news. When you hearing about it was like back, well, it wasn't back to back, but it was kind of like time was in sync, or they was moving kind of close together. We was talking about the release of long-held political prisoners, Mike Africa, Debbie Africa, Janine Africa. So it was like, I'm having flashbacks. I was in another room. We delivered some. We talking about those releases. Other part of the studio. No further ado, y'all. Hey, we got Mike Africa Jr. in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's here. Those, you know what I'm saying, live and direct with us. Yes, indeed. He's here with us.
Free 'em all on the
Free
move.
'em all on the move.
Free peace to the people. What's up, y'all?
Y'all tune on in, y'all. So if y'all can let them know, hey, we got some bonus energy in the building. Some bonus energy in the building, y'all. So he gonna have to move in a minute because I ain't gonna let the cut out the bag right now per se, but it's some moves being put together. He got to go touch down some other forces, but quality time outweighs quantity time. Quality time outweighs quantity time. He's here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see your nephew in the building, man. Right on. That's what it is. Good to see y'all, man. So y'all feel free to call in with us, cub in. Y'all know April 6th, 2022. You know, acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, the assassination of Lil Bobby Hutton, treasurer, one of our early initial members of the Black Panther Party, assassinated 2 days after Dr. King was assassinated. He was assassinated on the streets of Oakland, California. Many of y'all probably remember the photograph of Lil Bobby Hutton with the hat, the cool hat in front of the Oakland Police Department, strapped up. Remember him, Bobby Hutton, going on the delegation, the Panther Party delegation to the state capital, Sacramento. Speaking of Sacramento, I definitely got to touch on Sacramento also. What's going to the current climate there and everywhere. Brother B, if you call in, make sure you tap 1. And I know another sister supposed want to do the interview with me. She's going to make sure you press 1 to be heard. We're gonna work it out on this call tonight. But May 2nd, 1967, Panthers they had kind of disrupted the plans, the state's plans with the then governor of California, Ronald Wilson Reagan, was set to have a press conference, and then there was happened to be a rifle club happened to be right there on the state capitol. This was the issuance of executive mandate number 1 issued by Minister of Defense Huey P. Newton, and which basically encompassed the position of the party when there was a continuing attempt to disarm the Black community in particular, oppress the people in general. And you can actually, when we talk about the gun laws, you see everything is political, every law. And sound too long on YouTube? Okay. Let's since Chris volume thing over here. Let me know if that might be too far. If not, let me know if I'm still too long on YouTube, because I'm on this over here, and I'm gonna fool this volume over here somewhere. We just got that mute, no, how cam. Let me know if it's still too low. And if it's still too low, I need you to come fool this. I'm gonna send this to you 1 minute and fool around this volume. Yes, you can't. You can sound okay. Okay, I'm good. Okay, right on, right on. You back to Sacramento, May 2nd, 1967. There was a law in which the party had the climate, the contradictions were heightened to the point where though it was known as the Mulford Act, being in recognition of then Senator Mulford, became up front to be known as the Panther Bill. And you can coincide any like in particular with the guns. In fact, we say everything is political, including the gun, how you view the gun. And I talked about like on the set, Judas and Black Messiah, how we struggle for different dynamics such as who pulled the gun out first. You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, the initial name for the Black Panther Party was the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. And see, everything is political, and we held the line. You know what I'm saying? People say, what do you mean? Like, a lot of people cannot distinguish politics from electoral politics. You say, no, like the scene where the sister was at the headquarters, she pulled a shotgun out. We said, no, the people was out there. She wouldn't just go out there spraying. So we had to struggle to get to that point. And so back to the case at hand, May 2nd, 1967, Senator Mulford, and even before that, you can go back in time, the dates of the Emancipation Proclamation, different periods of history where the state was coming down with different intensifications to cease the people's ability to be armed, to stop the Second Amendment. People talking about the Constitution, the right to bear arms. You have that. One with the Constitution, as Minister UAP Newell himself has said, when it comes down to our people, and many times it's like pagan poetry. It sounds good, you know what I'm saying, theory. And I add to that you put some nice beats behind it, you might get a nice hip hop song. But the deal is, and also as Minister UAP Newell said, in regards to the gun, and unarmed people are subject to slavery at any given time. And unarmed people are subject to slavery at any given time. And with that being said, the Panther Party was sent on a delegation, including little Bobby Hutton, Chairman Bobby Seale, then Minister of Culture Emory Douglas. Then he wasn't. Elder Cleaver was not definitely was not the Minister of Information at the time. In fact, he was he went in the context of covering it. The delegation later become Minister of Information of the Black Panther Party, but the Panther Party had went up there, and the executive mandate, you go back and look, it was phenomenal. It really put into context, what the state's attempts was to disarm not only the Black Panther Party, but the community, the people in general. And it was a phenomenal move. The state ended up vamping on party members when they left the state capitol. And there's some footage of that when they locked them party members up. And again, Lil Bobby Hutton was part of that delegation. Lil Bobby Hutton was subsequently assassinated April 6, 2 days after Dr. King was assassinated, April 6, 1968. Many of you have heard me talk about Lil Lawrence Lee, who we had dubbed Lil Bobby Hutton, you know what I'm saying, who Chicago Sun-Times has said was assassinated. This brother who we politicized inside the camps. And so definitely, y'all not familiar, these are not, we don't like to refer to them as role models, but these are some of the real models that we should know about, y'all. People who came from our community who we can identify with. So y'all check that out. Now, also, we talking about tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the hearing for historical landmark status. There's a Facebook invite page on Benjamin Henry's page, and we sharing it. We need y'all to like that. We need to share it. It's a Facebook invite. Like it, share it. We need you to wear any of your shirts with Chairman Fred's image on it. You know what I'm saying? Come with your comments. Come on and make a statement tomorrow at the historical landmarks that is 125 South 5th Avenue, Maywood, Illinois, Village Hall. Come at 6 o'clock p.m. So come on out tomorrow, y'all. We want those statements, you know what I'm saying, about this historical, this status of this community anchor, you know what I'm saying, of this, the house that Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in. In fact, we say it's bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. So we live and direct, y'all. So I know our brother got to move in a minute. I want to open up, you know what I'm saying, anything you want to say, my brother. I'm glad I love you. I miss you. Glad to see you, man, as always, man. And man.
Well, listen, man, I'm just listening to you, drop that knowledge about Lil Bobby Hutton, and it's reminiscent of a lot of our brothers and sisters that's been killed by police. And hey, man, we're in a position now where we have an opportunity to learn from the legacy that they, set for us, and we need to build on that and make sure that we use that experience as a tool and keep the movement moving, because without movement, there is no change. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. Hey man, I love you back. You know it, man. And I had to come out here and see you face to face.
Yes.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Yes.
And it's been my first time coming here to actually see the Hampton House. I
said when he came up, he say, and I took for granted Mike Africa been to the Hampton House. When he came up, you know what I'm saying? He says, my first time. I said, man, I don't know whether I should hit you or hug you, man. I said, I'm glad you're here. I said, man, but the doors are open. It's your, man, it's our home, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Man.
Well, yeah, like so I've been probably, I see it when you post about it, right? So so that may be I don't know, maybe like, okay, I got a little bit more time before I actually have to go physically see it.
Yeah.
But you can't let too much time pass before you actually go do something, because you know how it is. If you don't do it, it ain't going to get done.
Yes, indeed.
So, and then I wanted to certainly be here tomorrow in solidarity with the work and the hearing and everything. Yeah. But I'm from Philly. Like, usually the hearings that happen in Philly be during the day, like, 11, 12, even 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You say this hearing is happening
6 o'clock p.m. It's kind of, now, mind you, this is for those listening. This is in Maywood. Technically, like it's politically, it's right. It's like the people call it the West Side of Chicago, but Chicago, it's kind of mind blowing to me too. That it's going to be 6 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? And I feel weird, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be at the police, above the police station. So that's kind of, I'll say, I don't feel right inviting people to go there, but it's the hearing is at Village Hall, 6 o'clock p.m. That time kind of offset me too, though, man.
I mean, you got to go there.
Yeah, got to be
And you
there.
certainly don't want to go there alone.
Oh, no doubt.
So more people, that means more people more people need to show up. Right?
We had the last time we went there, the energy is high, it's a good response, so and this whole process of, I said yesterday, I said, man, this is the campaign for the Hampton House in the movie was two of the most emotionally draining and inspiring, it's a conundrum, like, feelings I had, and just with the experiences, just everything from, we were doing a cleanup at the Hampton House this past Saturday. A lot of people was calling, why you didn't let us know? A lot of these moves be kind of on a pivot, so we working on one, not this Saturday, another cleanup at the following Saturday. But the energy was so high with the cleanup. One brother, he was throwing out stuff in the whole house. Whoa, he throwing out Chairman's bed frame. So, Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., his bed frame is there. So we had to stop and say, whoa, man, you clean up too well. Don't touch that bed frame, man. That's, what I'm saying? That, and so it's some memories there, man. And
what do you expect to happen tomorrow at the hearing?
We
and like, what are you trying to get to happen?
This technically, I think this is supposed to be down. This is supposed to be like this is the community part for the community speak about what they feel about the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? People also can be there physically, call in, make statements. You know what I'm saying? And it's not been antagonistic. Like, people may come with so many testimonies. So people go and say, okay, this is what the Hampton House. We want this to be a historical landmark. And this is not the difference between the national landmark status and perspective of Maywood. This is come from the Maywood perspective. The sky's the limit. We didn't also take the national landmark status, but even with like every other campaign, it's been an educational process. Unbeknownst to myself and so many other people, there are 25 landmarks over there, and not one of them is tied to any Black people, or any other communities. It's all white people, and even people in that contradiction, even people in administration was like, whoa, this shocked them. So, like, we want to heighten the contradiction. Similar to like when we fought for the Hampton House, we did that process, and people say, man, this is one of the most predatory lending practices we've seen, how the mortgage was done with my grandparents. And other people start saying, we're going through the same thing. So tomorrow, we want people to come in, we want the Chairman Fred shirts or whatever, and to talk about, why this should be a historical landmark. When they go up there, you make your statements. We want this documented. Bring y'all, come there. You can film. You'll come there, document this here. This is a time and a climate. The house of Emmett Till on 64th and St. Lawrence, that's been designated a historical landmark. And ironically, that's the house. Everybody know the relationship my grandparents on my paternal side had with Emmett Till. Ironically, on my maternal side, my grandmother, she stayed on that same block with that house. So tomorrow we expect to go in there, lay out these testimonies, get charged up by these war stories, and Chairman Fred, everything ranging from no swimming pool facility that was there in Maywood, and the stance he took is 12, 13 years old, you know what I'm saying, and go out there and fight for swimming pool facilities, to go to Irving Elementary School, you know what I'm saying, the moves he did at Proviso East High School. Maywood, for all practical purposes, is 21 blocks. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and we want to get a campaign called 21 Blocks, where we have a big banner of him on each block. It's a reason why people didn't know who this man was. You know, a 52-year-old man, business owner, has said to me, when he went to go see Judas and Black Messiah, he was going through the details, what occurred. And his father asked him, "How did you know, son?" And he told his father, say, his son, the chairman, told me. He said, "Dad, why didn't I know?" His father, with tears in his eyes, said, "Son, we just wanted peace." So this is a climate now. We want to have. It's like this is gonna be the real, like, waiting to exhale, to have a. We could, you know, and I know I'm preaching to the choir. We relate. So this was me and Mike Africa Jr. was talking about this earlier. Queer week. I mean, it's like toxic. You know what I'm saying? Just holding a lot of these discussions in. We never been embarrassed about who we are. We're not embarrassed who we are.
Nah.
But the climate, like, it's not even conducive. I found myself even like this past last week, I'm at a senior citizen building, going upstairs, the public laundromat, to wash my clothes and the elders' clothes, to help the brother out. The security coming there, you know what I'm saying? They come, then you hear them say, that's Hampton, that's Hampton. The Chicago police, they converge up there, like I said, nah. And mind you, at this same period, I found the next day, there was 7 murders in the same time, I think 7 murders and 10 shootings. But this special Colombo crime unit was busting Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. from washing clothes and helping a senior wash his clothes in a senior building. And I found myself so frustrated that night. People was asking me, "Are you all right, Chairman?" On the phone. I said, I don't even feel like explaining to nobody, because it's such a form. It's so second nature to us, and it's hard. And then you either hold it in, or you speak on deaf ears. You know, so there's going to be a release. So people they send that message like, okay, this is a historical landmark. I mean, this is coming out the ruling. This is out their mouth. You know what I'm saying? This site is a historical landmark, and you know, this is a conversation that everyone should have. And the victims of Nazi Germany, the gas chambers, it's considered child abuse. They consider it child abuse if you don't talk to they don't tell their children about Auschwitz, Dachau, you know what I'm saying, different contradictions in their respective community. Ironically, with our people, it's looked like you committing child abuse to tell your child about what happened May 13, 1985 in Philadelphia on Sage Avenue. What happened December the 4th, 1969? You know what I'm saying? What happened February 21st, 1965? You know, New York. This has to be second nature. So sad to say, we got to utilize these arenas for this. At the ruling class, I say, bam, this Maywood is geographically speaking, is a small location. It represents a political giant. The school, Irving Elementary School, he went to as a child. Ironically, my mother to be, Deborah Johnson, her elementary school was another Irving. Name was Irving. But that school, those children, they didn't know who Chairman Fred was. We got there. We owed the St. Hampton House Community Garden, the program. You can hear them children in school arguing to her. No, I bet you he sat in his chair. That was his desk. You know what I'm saying? And then one parent said, because of you all, our children have to get bigger shirt sizes. So I said, man, what she's saying? We give them some unhealthy food. And they go, what do you mean? What's that? She said, no, they walk with their chest out now. They come out, they tell me, I go to school that Chairman Fred Hampton went to as a child. So, you know what I'm saying? You can see the impact. Because these are not, we don't like to use the term role models. These are real models, people who came from our respective community. So it's going to be some releases going on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some exchange, some good energy coming out. People going, you know what I'm saying, open up for people to say, man, come back. I'm expecting people to bring up some old photographs they had of Chairman Fred. You know what I'm saying? It's ever developing. Like people say, Chairman, we got to do a movie on Chairman Fred. I say, sky's the limit. This ain't no one hit wonder. Sky's the limit. Let me say something real quick too. I had a conversation the other day, and they were talking about, you know, the correlation with myself and Tupac. I went to Tupac exhibit in L.A. And they talking about Tupac Shakur, how close he came to being born inside the camps. You know, his mother finished Shakur, in case she was held captive on that time in New York 21. and just the impact of that. It's like maternity ward being like the jail cells. I said my first jail cellie was my mother to be. That was my first cellie. Again, our connection here too. Mike Africa, Junior, who was literally born. I spoke about this before, but why he's here, I'm saying? I'm just, I that connection to born inside the camps, and locked up, and just, to the point that, like a lot of people say, how can without the system, how can we? A lot of people feel like how can we drive our cars? How can we use the bathroom? How can we? Debbie Africa, she had them. Umbilical cord, birth. Held captive to the point that the judges, unbeknownst, they couldn't believe it. This baby was even born inside the jail. So it's so much. I tell people, don't like a lot of times you got to suffice with other communities. I tell our community, a lot of youngsters in particular, you ain't got to suffice for no John Wayne stories, no Gotti, or no other. It's so many testimonies of of courage and backbone. And within our communities, like literally, but they're not gonna gift wrap it and give it to you. I'm talking about, you want to talk about child care, you want to talk about Prince, you want to talk about Women's History Month, however you want to go through this here. Boiled, bacon, or fried. Ain't no meal like this is. We got real deal representatives from our community, and that's again that got everyday struggles like our people. We represent a microcosm of the struggles in our community. So again, y'all, it's some legends in this building, y'all. Real talk.
Yo, I love that. Boiled, bacon, or fried.
However you want to do it. However you want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It don't even matter.
It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? This meal is what it is. You dig?
Everybody gonna eat.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I'll see you in the building, y'all. I see y'all man. Kanisha, free them all. Right on. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow night, y'all. You got people coming from Philadelphia. Got these other two young ladies. Let me say something else. Jump in too if y'all. I'm so charged up. I get talking, man.
I'm about to jump out. I would love to like just stay here and just listen to you. Spit this knowledge right now. But I gotta meet up with somebody else. So
we gonna talk. These moves are happening. It's the moves we're talking about. We ain't gonna do too much talking about it now. We're gonna brag about it later. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna flash back and say, y'all remember y'all that night? Oh, that's what y'all was okay. So yeah. So again, we ain't gonna do too much talking about it. We're gonna brag about it later, y'all. So
well, Chairman came. We were talking a few months ago. Judas had just kind of came out, and 40 Years a Prisoner was on HBO Max. It was a billboard down city in Philly. And Chairman, we were talking. He said, Mike, we got to get together and do this, man. He said, if we don't, the ancestors going to kick us in the head. So I said, you know what? That make a lot of sense. So we got to go ahead and do this and put this together and make sure that our people are straight.
Real talk.
Look, I'm gonna roll out, man. But hey, tomorrow morning, we get together.
No doubt.
We get together.
No doubt.
All right,
man.
Peace to the people, y'all. On the move.
As Mike Africa Jr. in the building, y'all, man.
Free them all.
Free them all. I love you, man.
Love you back.
Hey, y'all heard it live and direct, y'all. He gonna be back. With us. Gonna be black with us, y'all. Man, they know. They know. Hey, people true. They know Chairman. Hey, my motherfucking ass be going at it, man. Shall be profane times call for profane turns. Excuse me. I love you, but right on. Y'all feel free to sit in with us too. These two young ladies that I just met yesterday. Really, I'm gonna let them tell who they are in a minute. Also, they inspired me. They came by. I just met them yesterday. They said they even emailing us at the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? They do podcasts. They doing a tour around the country. So I'm talking to different people. And they didn't get back. They didn't hear back from us, so they figured to come down to the Hampton House directly, knock on the door, and come touch down with us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Let me know we got Sister Conrad. Let me know we got any callers in queue. While these young ladies tell us who they are, what's going on with them. Yeah. Who we got here?
Hey y'all, my name's Olivia.
I'm Angelina.
And we're from Allegedly Podcast. We said allegedly on all social media. And we talk about on our podcast Society from the intersection of radical politics and liberation. We talk about everything from the school to prison pipeline, liberation, revolution,
beauty, food,
desirability, and all that stuff. centering collective empowerment, our freedom, and stuff like that. And so, obviously, Fred Hampton is a huge inspiration to us and all the work that we do. And while we're in Chicago, we were in Chicago for 2 days, and we figured we'd stop by the house and just like check it out and like pay our respects. And then that's kind of what prompted us to like knock on the door. We didn't think anybody would open it. And then that's when we opened it, and the chairman invited us out today, and we were like, of course, of course.
So feeling very grateful.
Very grateful.
Thankful to be here because this is kind of crazy for
Yeah.
like just
This is
two
like
22
Yeah.
girls in their 20-year-old.
yeah, we're
20s
just 22, 23. I'm
and
23.
22.
Yeah.
We make sure y'all give us y'all handles again, so
Mhm.
people can tap in. You know, so we can coordinate something.
Mhm.
Because you know, saying with both respective audiences, we tap in.
Mhm.
Again, I appreciate y'all. We tighten up our our ranks by answering our emails, so on and so forth. But I really appreciate y'all energy to come knock on that door. You know, this is I get 100 calls every morning. Man, I'm ready to do this. What if this? I said, okay, meet me here, meet me there. Mind you, when they came to the house yesterday, I said, well, come meet me tomorrow. You know, and they called back, said we on our way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? So let's stay connected. You know what I'm saying? And I do again appreciate y'all coming down to the Hampton House. And for those who know, again, this is a community anchor, and y'all be in town tomorrow for the hearing.
We're leaving tomorrow afternoon.
Oh wow, okay.
But we also wanted to so some people reached out to us while we were in Chicago asking us to spread information about an action they were doing regarding incarcerated people. So they were talking about how a lot of people's cases right now, about 98 something like that, incarcerated people's cases right now are being padded, falsified information, coerced, and manipulation. So right now they're really calling on the community to call the DA office and demand a investigation into a lot of the cases because of padding and mal play. And so they've been asking us to use our platform to spread information about that call to action. So we'll probably be posting about that and probably flyering different places. And so we thought it was a good opportunity on the radio to spread the word about it. And so we can give you
Yeah,
Shout it out.
and want to shout out the Center for Victims, the Bail Project, and the Matriarch Healing Alliance, which have spearheaded the
Who
reinvestigations
did y'all meet
into
over there?
these
Was it
cases.
Aislinn over there? Who did y'all meet?
we met with
Saida.
Saida.
I think her name. Okay, Aislinn.
She
Mark.
mentioned that she had good experiences with you. I
Yeah.
don't know if
Mhm.
you had met or not, but
His
yeah.
name sounds familiar. Yep. Mark Clemens, I think he'd be over there also. He's one of the guys
Probably.
he was one of the individuals actually tortured by John Burge, former Lieutenant John Burge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. And so we just like we're trying the best we can. We're not from Chicago, so I'm from Houston.
I'm from New Jersey.
And we met in St. Louis where we went to school.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're just trying to spread the word while we're here and help out as much as we can and give back to a city that has given so much to us.
Right on. Did I cut y'all off? Did y'all get all them?
Yeah,
people?
can you give the phone number and
Oh,
email of
And-
the
and
district
dates and
attorney to
what was it?
call?
So to email Kim Fox, the email
and Kim Fox is the district attorney.
Yes, yeah. It's state's attorney
Mhm.
at cookcountyil.gov. The phone number is 312-603-1880. And the Illinois Inspector General's office, you can email them at ethics.oeig@ibg.gov. And their phone number is 312-814-5554. And again, like those organizations that I mentioned before, we're just telling people to demand a reinvestigation due to the allegations of misconduct and falsification of evidence in violation of state officials and employees ethics act.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, a lot of the people whose cases are being, played with are Black brothers and sisters. Obviously, they are people without the resources to fight against the state. So we really need people to come through for their community. And also, we would love to ask you some questions because what we've been doing across the tour is interviewing different people about what liberation means to them, what a liberated society looks to them, and basically our social climate. So if y'all have time for that, we would love to answer your
Okay,
questions
right
and
on.
stuff like that.
I got a couple of callers who going to call.
Oh, of
Get
course,
them,
yeah.
but definitely we gonna make this happen tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I also want to see the time with y'all here to give out a couple of community designated historical landmarks. The wall. Like, every time you hear people say the wall, it's the mural on the west side of Chicago. So it's on Madison, California, to see that. Also, the ground zero, the site where the actual assassination of Chairman Fred and Defense Captain Mark Clark
Mhm.
occurred at. You all see that. And there's some comrades, some Panther Cubs I would like y'all to meet. And also some other cases to be familiar with. You'll send this case to Nicholas Lee, one of the coronavirus first laying down. Cook County Jail was known as a hotspot.
Yep.
He was like this was like the third person that was subsequently like murdered in Cook County Jail. His widow, Cassandra Greer Lee, Dr. Latrice, and others. It's a lot of tests going on here. Some good forces. There's a lot of energy going on here too. So we definitely want to, the spirit of steel sharpening steel, and men and women sharpening men and women connected with some other forces. And again, appreciate y'all here. We live in the rec on Freedom All Radio, y'all. In the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Robert Allen, aka the Lady of Rage. How old y'all again?
22.
23.
Okay, this is Robin Allen, our co-host. Y'all probably y'all from the generation probably baby D in the movie Friday. Y'all that's still y'all. That's probably they probably still do. Y'all Afro Puffs. I'm going too far back for y'all. All
We're
right.
like Gen
Sorry.
Z.
Yeah. These youngsters. Y'all heard that movie Next Friday?
No.
No. What? Got these youngsters up in here, man. Okay, right on. Right. Okay, that's our co-host. She's online with us right now, y'all. Sister Conrad, Queen Daphne, we got any callers in queue? I know somebody supposed to be calling. We're gonna do like a little impromptu interview. This is Angela. I think she want to ask a couple of questions too, but let's lock and load.
Brother Chairman, no callers in queue. Callers, if you'd like to come into queue, please press 1. Read them all.
Free them all. Okay, callers, you have to press 1. You have to press 1. 929-477-3785. People been calling me. I've been missing out on requests, but and people say, man, the DMs. I be hearing people talking, man, somebody was my DM. I be like, I just really found out what DMs mean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So so people ask. It's a lot of interviews that people request. I've been missing. Go ahead, Sister Conrad. Co-host, who was that? Oh, call in queue. All right, go ahead, proceed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first of all, I want
Welcome.
to say long live to our brother Bobby Hutton.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations. That's right. Congratulations, you guys, for tomorrow. We're going to be rooting for you. I'm out here in Houston, so I'll be watching on a live stream and rooting for Hampton House.
H-Town in the building.
Brother Chairman, I don't know if you recall, a couple of weeks ago we spoke to you. My name is Ken, an attorney in the community. We spoke to you about the Brother Ozone case.
Mm-hmm.
And
you called him about 2 weeks ago, I believe.
And Brother O, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The brother who's facing the death penalty, right. So, yeah, they claim he harmed a police officer in self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to him Monday. He wants to give his deepest and sincere gratitude to you for his B-Day shutout last week. He said it really meant a lot to him, coming from you.
Right on.
And, right. And so hopefully, Brother Soul, man, if there's a way for me to contact you, we're trying to raise funds for his defense, like those young ladies just got through talking about. A lot of people just cannot adequate defense. That's the biggest problem. So that's why we are trying to start the People's Legal Defense Fund. We certainly hope to talk to you about it. Like I said, I'm an attorney in the community myself. We would love for you to be a part of this because this is for the people, by the people, to bring some parity to the system. We're raising for him right now at othal.org, OTHAL.org, to pay his defense fund. For his attorney team, they've already started working for him. Every time we get donated, we send it directly to the attorneys. It's reflected on the website as well. So, we really appreciate you having the Freedom All Radio platform for us to each be able to discuss this. And brother, if there's a way for us to get in contact with you, we would like to, discuss it a little bit more so you can see that this is a really important step for our overall movement, so we can start nipping police brutality in it. So once they know that we're going to be well represented, just like the police have a legal defense fund when they kill innocent people in the street. Even Kyle Rittenhouse of defending ourselves against unlawful excessive force, which is the law of the land. So, Brother Chairman, once again, really appreciate you for your D-Day wishes for Brother Ophal, Brother Ozone, and many peace and blessings. Free them all. Free them all.
Right on. We live in the record on Freedom All Radio. Definitely, we in regards to keep in contact with us. I'm let people know we in the process of tightening up the ranks, and like I'm gonna say this too, because a lot of people are saying it's a lot of moves I want to do, and I have an addiction. I know people say, "Oh, he even say he love coffee." The struggle, and I be trying to do I want to do, and I want to make so don't let people know different calls from respect. Don't charge it, how they say, don't charge it to the heart for not, if I'm not getting back to people. So in fact, I'm, without giving too many details, I'm being called by my central community, like even adhere to some structure. So we're gonna be give us a minute, everybody. We don't like to say bear with us. We say cub with us as we tighten up. Some more. Even ranks. I had to be self-critical myself. People call me and say, okay, do this event. I'm like, yeah. Then find out later, they say, you both been in the same place on the 21st of last month. I said, leave it to me. I want, I want to do all this. So we in the process of not only just as I mentioned earlier, tighten up and clean up at the Hampton house. Also, structure the organizationally, because again, structure is so important. Oh my, I can't believe you come, man. I can't. I'm on Freedom All Radio. Anybody who know me don't know Wednesdays. I'm on Freedom All Radio, live and direct. You can't call this time, my brother. Anybody, they know better. No. Yeah. Let me start Instagram back again because they lose the volume. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. No, 1 second. And you know what's Wednesday? Walking up in Sunday service for somebody in church. Man, it's okay. I bear with me on make sure, because when they call, I lose the volume. When I was here captive, we had political education classes at Sunday, and even the guards would come. They'd come on extra duty, like they time for their PE class. So okay. So but again, right on. Be following up with us, but at the same time, this is to our last call and to the people in general. Again, we in the process doing a lot of restructuring, tighten up this in regards to a lot of stuff, even the website. People saying what about the products getting out there? We moving, and we only go as far as to a certain speed. And I was came out from an event the other day, Sister Cassandra and Dr. Latrice, and we was commenting. Someone said, I called. Someone called her. So they didn't get back to her, and just the day-to-day stuff. I mean, what we want to do, So again, we look forward to that day, that climb. We can just many campaigns we can, and the people, the people, because again, there's a difference between the revolution and the war. War is two occupying armies where you suit up and you boot up and get out. Revolution, on the other hand, the minds and hearts and participation of the people. So we fighting for a climate where it's not just us, the entertainers, the athletes, everybody has some supportive role, and how we can relate to terms like political prisoners, like second thought. So we would also, sometimes you get demoralized and like, damn, some people say, because you got to juggle like different forces, different times, people come in and out. And also, this is a quote by Malcolm X. Is one of the many quotes that's inspiring. He said, the collective consciousness of the people ticks slowly, but it erupts the volcanic force that make Mount St. Helens look like nothing. And, I'm at a time period that I tell people, I say, it's a blessing to burden, to be on with the politics. And we want people to be able to relate, to all these different terms we talk about. And in the reality is people become conscious and get involved in struggle, one of three ways: inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. So I just want to seize the time again with the type of conversation we having here. We need y'all to bring in more forces. So so this can be not just a discussion that we have about doing February or AKA Black History Month, because our position is that Black people are on the verge of becoming history, not and we know battle fatigue, like I say, we sometimes forces got to get that shot of water, come back in swinging, but the consistency of this here, because there are highs and lows of the struggle, but we get but again, we want this to be second nature with these campaigns and conversations again. And so also, mind you, I'm too far gone to say, okay, let me back up out, but I do adhere to democratic centralism. Like I say, I'm without giving too many details. They telling me, Chairman, you committing blah blah blah, and I'm gonna do it. I gotta have it. I'm hooked on this struggle. And then when I hear about these mobilizations and moves, it's Chairman Fred himself say, I'm too proletarian and revolutionary intoxicated to be astronomically intimidated. In other words, too high the people. So with that being said, again, y'all, let's keep on moving and grooving. So again, brother, just follow up again, y'all bear with us, or better yet, cut with us. Understand, if I don't get right back to you, don't charge it to the hard. You know what I'm saying? We in the process, and things are going to be up. As Lennon said, what takes people 20 years to learn in ordinary times, they learn in what takes people 2 years to learn in ordinary times, they learn in 20. What takes scratch that, moving too fast. Lennon said, what takes people 20 years to learn in ordinary times, they learn in 2 years in revolutionary times. We come to heels, and we can be referred to reactionary times. You know what I'm saying? And we had a discussion too. If people have any questions about what's the between reactionary, revolution, so on and so forth. These are, and also go back and pull previous episodes. That's one good thing about this also. Episodes of Freedom on Radio, different campaigns. You know what I'm saying? This is a template. Some people say, well, Chairman, the Panther Party have political education class. I said, what you think Freedom on Radio is? And a lot of people look for a gift rap revolution or you know what I'm saying, or perfect allies. You know what I'm saying? They're different that, like I say, even with the movie, Judas and Black Messiah, we plant some political seeds in there, you know what I'm saying, political pills in there, you know what I'm saying? And so we tell people also do some little backtracking, check our resumes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like when people go join the army, they show them the West Point. When they go to West Point, they show them different tactics. In fact, they study our history. You know what I'm saying? They look at the L formation they got from Hannibal. So on and so forth. But look at the template of different campaigns we had. One of my comrades, one of the new forces, he had seen some old pictures of me. You know what I'm saying? With the Free Fred campaign, he said, "Chairman, I didn't know you was even locked up." You know what I'm saying? And I said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Man, don't you get going through these same things over and over?" I said, "Well, it's not the exact same thing. The philosophical tool that we relate to, that being dialectical materialism, we recognize that things are constantly being born, as well as growing, as well as dying and disintegrating. And you may see similar situations, but you know what I'm saying? But you get, you know what I'm saying? Things are moving. What happened 2 minutes ago, that's history. We respect it, but that's history. You know what I'm saying? But things are continuously moving. Nothing stays stagnant, y'all. We live and direct. Any more callers in queue on Freedom Radio? Freedom to come, Brad. Freedom, welcome to Freedom Radio.
Freedom, brother Shabazz tuning in, man. Just want to say first off, I remember the young lady over there, 22 years old, mentioned that she asked you what liberation was like, and then you went to talk about, not what you think just yet, but like you went to talk about things that actually what I feel looks like that, man. And I just want to say thank you, because I really feel like without the Black Panther Party, man, I don't know if I would have like the inspiration and drive I do. I wouldn't have the inspiration or the desperation, like you said, without the Black Panther Party, man. And I feel like the liberation, resides in the Rainbow Coalition, if I'm being honest. The Rainbow Coalition, unifying our power, being proletariat. So I feel like, man, I just wanted to mention that, man, for all the Black people out there that's listening to CMR Radio, man, for all the people who are not of color, man, we need to unify our power, man. We need to realize once we unite and, we diversify, man, nothing can stop us, man. The chairman did that well when he brought all it together, the poor whites, man, the poor Latinos, the poor blacks, man. We brought them together, man. That was a prime example of what we need to keep going. So I just want to say, man, for all the people out there listening, for all the people in the world, man, we got to liberate and unify our power.
Right on, caller. Well said. Y'all you want to comment anything? Anything on add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is like we talk about collective empowerment all the time. And I think that, like, as Black people, it can be kind of like you can feel some type of way about uniting with non Black people for our causes. And that's very valid. And I think that, like, we need to be able to have discernment, and we need to be able to discern. um I mean, Fred Hampton said Black capitalism is not going to free us. Like, Angela Davis talked about, there are some Black people that I don't want to unite with, and we have to be able to discern with who is for our best interest, who is going to center Black liberation, because once Black people are free, everyone will be free. So yeah, that's my comment on that.
Right
Any
on.
thoughts
Want
on
to
that?
comment?
Yeah, like I think like as an Asian woman, it's important to not to I- sorry, I'm getting a little nervous.
Take your
No,
time.
it's okay.
But I just want to like reemphasize like solidarity with the people, instead of, like fighting against each other. Point at the people in power who have created the conditions that, yeah.
Mhm.
Right on. Don't let me say this too. Um, don't we deal with principal struggle, that we deal with contradictions here. Again, I want to encourage people to come knock on their door. You know what I'm saying? Come in and again, principal struggle. A lot of times people, and like a lot, we struggle. We don't struggle for struggle's sake. We struggling to win. We are hiding the contradictions. A lot of people, what's that term, cankerous or something. His brother, he was in the party, and I used to tease him about it. Dr. Knox, he said, I know, he called me son. He said, I know, son, you think I'll be cankerous, because he just like the struggle, just be, just like some people what's that scene in that movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Chris Rock's character, when how much is it real? You know what I'm saying? And so I have a real issue with that, when people just want to, when people coming in want to put some skin in the game to work, we down with it, you know what I'm saying? And so we welcome the energy, the struggle, you know what I'm saying? That's how we move forward, and there are going to be there are contradictions, and we say heighten those contradictions, you know what I'm saying? And let's deal with those contradictions, you know what I'm saying? Because again, if we try to engage in liberalism and to push it to the side, the state in many cases will exploit those contradictions. So again, right on for the callers, right on for my fellow
And I
guests here.
wanted to comment on this person's comments in the chat
Where you
saying,
at?
it's taxing at times. You wonder, what are you actually accomplishing? We ask ourselves, I've served for over 2 decades here in Chi-Town. Blank has only gone worse and more in despair. I say to myself that perhaps my work won't show to be fruitful until upon my death. And I just want to say to this, as like the younger generation, like I don't think like y'all realize how much consciousness is changing, because consciousness is like not material. Like, so many people, like I would be surprised at the amount of people that actually want to be cops in 20 years, because like in amongst us, like that is like such a like despicable job. Like people don't real I think it's hard for people to realize that consciousness is changing because the material conditions are getting worse. But like revolution is transformation, transformation is death and rebirth. Like stuff has to die in order for us to see the creation of a new world. And so I don't want to be I don't want to be too optimistic. I want to be realistic, but I also want people to know like consciousness is really shifting. Like even like 2 years ago, like you did not think like this. Like 3 years ago, like 4 years ago, like we didn't even know about, we were not this radical. We weren't. And like I have younger siblings, they're in high school, they know about the Panther Party, they lived through summer 2020. And when we were on the streets and stuff like that, that was a lot of people's wake up calls. And I feel like it's really hard to see consciousness shifting, because consciousness is just the energy. It's not like a material, but people are really waking up. Like people are really, and it's because of all the people that put in the groundwork in the past.
Right on. Just even your statement about optimism. Commandante Ernesto Che Guevara said, "Let's be realistic. Let's do the impossible." He said, "Let's be realistic. Let's do the impossible." And deal is, and there are certain moments and situations that happen that impact people's lives, and that like you may can't concretely tie it to it. Not time people don't even recognize that, how like the impact of them. You know what I'm saying? Like even you look back, like a lot of people talk about like in the '60s, how the assassination of Dr. King, how it impacted them, their conscious level, or certain uprisings, rebellions, like people ask where you at when watch a lot of people said to watch riots, we said to watch rebellions, and this is I'm glad you stated it, not to be over optimistic, but you can look at like even the different dynamics of like even when in regards to police terrorism cases when people were murdered by the police. Not too much in distant past, there would be certain state-sanctioned spokespersons sent in, and and people felt uncomfortable. Say, well, I can't sit until my lawyer get here, as opposed to later on down the road when the uprising. I say, look close at those images, even by the ruling classes, their footage. You see a different walk. You see, Michael Brown's mother. They're wrong. In plain layman's terms, you're saying that Diamond Lavish Reynolds, the lady in the car, Philando Castillo, you know what I'm saying, and coming out that jail, balling that box of Newport cigarettes and stating what happened. It's it's a climate, you know what I'm saying? And I want to, and also you got to look back, during the 10-year Trump, and I'm not promoting the Trump thing, but it was a climate where a lot of people were forced to come to certain, what I'm saying, to grasp certain contradictions.
And in 2024, people are going to be forced to reckon with a lot of contradictions too.
Dig. And we have a lot of, so and it's important to make note of this and not to devalue, because stuff that you take for granted, like not that you can, when you out of it, you said there's even certain turns and certain conversations that happen, they just don't happen. It's a combination of attacks, you know what I'm saying, and certain incidents that people have, like a lot of people have no frame of reference. Like the last caller just said, how the Black Panther Party impacted them, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people they frame of references. You say the party, the Democratic Party or Republican Party, they only options. And a lot of people say, wait a minute, there was an actual organization that had a platform, list demands that the people from every walk of life can relate to, and it was connected to it coincided with a time when certain discussions were being had all over the world. So it's one thing like certain tenures, like on the tenure of Hugo Chavez in Venezuela, at that time they say it was common for people to walk down the street with the Constitution and have conversations. And then there are certain periods when the world is watching. You know what I'm saying? Where people are having certain common conversations. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so again, it's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep our guards up, though, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, this is a Machiavellian monster, imperialism, you know what I'm saying? It'll hit you with them bullets and sugar-coated bullets, as Chairman Mao said, anytime. We live and direct, y'all. We got some good guests in the building, y'all. Let's make history. Let's continue to make history. Take history and take history. We live, we riding, y'all, with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and also Robin Allen, a.k.a. Lady Rage. Y'all feel free to call in, comment in, or better yet, cub in. I hope y'all on deck tomorrow. 6 o'clock p.m., 125 South 5th Avenue. Put in your GPS now. Have you get, get up, man, get on your horse, your plane, your bus. You'll get coming to the Chairman Fred shirt. We're going to be some statements and testimonies. Why you think 804 South 17th Avenue should be historical landmark status? You know what I'm saying? Why should this be known when people come in? Why you know what I'm saying? Why is in the 21 block area of Maywood? Why you feel that every child, every adult, you know what I'm saying, every conversation, whether it be the beauty shop or the barber shop, should be familiar with this conversation. Who was this phenomenal cat who the government called for warrant a wiretap on his parents, my grandparents' telephone at the age of 13, 14 years old? Who was this young child? Better yet, who was this young man child, as they reference young Jonathan Jackson, that you did, that seeing the contradictions, you did of Melrose and other places where white children had swimming pool facilities, and just seeing the basic contradiction, black children not having no swimming pool facility. That took a position, say, no, we going down here, and as one of his school, the young lady went to school with him said, she said, we was 12 years old. She said, he took these sticks. I said, excuse me? She said, he took some sticks, some branches, and broke these twigs in cardboard and made these protest signs, marched down to the police station, told me we're going to have a swimming pool, and the police threw tear gas out there, tear gas canister. Said he's 12, 13 years old. He took the tear gas canister, threw it back in the police station. Who is this young cat? 18, 19 years old with the Good Humor ice cream truck. Say that he took $71 worth of ice cream, and gave it to the children. And his defense was, even though they lied on me, made me have to be a thief, they made me have to be a Robin Hood type of thief. Give it to the people. Who was this individual who they took to Stateville Penitentiary? And they had a policy of calling you by a number. And he didn't answer to the number. When he did answer, his response was, I'm Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton, Illinois Chapter Chairman of the Black Panther Party. Who was this individual they didn't be criminally, mentally insane for refusing to answer to a number? They sent him down to Menard. And the prison administration had the guys to put a hit on him. When they came to conduct a hit on the yard, in the prison yard of Menard, he politicized them to the point they told the warden of Menard, listen here, we are on Chairman Fred's security right now. Anything happen to him, we holding you accountable for. Who was this individual? They represented the people. I'm hesitant to use the term individual, you know what I'm saying? Because again, who was this cat connected to the community that was released, or better yet, unleashed on appeal bond, August 13th, 1969? Unbroken. That's the purpose of prison, to break you. Yeah, I know a lot of us won't believe what the sign says rehabilitation. I know about that. I've seen the signs on Chicago police doors say serve and protect. Told the reality. Who was this person that came out back on hit the ground and still moving? Intensified, going out there organizing Rainbow Coalition, still out there himself, the Panther Party newspapers. August 13, 1969, still hitting the ground, organizing with a state. Then they tried to take him out. This is the infamous letter to the Blackstone Rangers saying the Panthers trying to take over your territory, vice versa. He went to go rap with the Blackstone Rangers, who later became the Black Peace Stone Nation. Who was the individual who the FBI made a proposition to the vice lord, so we'll give you 16th Street under condition that Black Panther Party do not be able to free medical center on 16th Street. Who was Chairman Fred went down there and rapped with these brothers and sisters to the point that the vice lord subsequently ended up working the free medical center. Well, the devil disciples, they became the black disciples at working the free breakfast program. And even at the government's own account, that it was a record low to they called black on black crime. That the government said, they said, man, they done brought the puss up out of the soul, man. They came in uniforms, December the 4th, 1969. And assassinated 21-year-old Chairman Fred and 22-year-old defense cat Lamar Clark. Who was this cat who represented the organization that this system does not steal and wants to know about? We're going to put this in our conversations. When you go out on your dates, you go, how I say drive-ins, they mean drive-ins, more movies with it, I'm saying, on social media. Hashtag it. Historical landmark status. Hashtag Hampton House. Hashtag save the Hampton House. Save and maintain the Hampton House. Hashtag a lot of people scared to say long live Chairman Fred. A lot of people say it's scared. Like they came to articulate it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what's wrong? And you got some cats who've been impacted by this legacy of Chairman Fred that'll get up on the Oscars 2022 on the stage. I'm not talking about on the stage from Uganda. Raised up in London, people say, well, how could this individual play Chairman Fred? This politics transcends geographical, gender, and generational boundaries. Daniel Kaluuya, I know a lot of people, I don't know about the Will Smith and Chris Rock. I'm talking about the real power duo. I'm talking about the real dynamic duo that get them and that shook up the Oscars to the point they don't want you to know about it. It's no coincidence that people don't know about when Daniel Kaluuya and her came on the stage at the Oscars. When Daniel Kaluuya himself, man, said, long live Chairman Fred. People in Spain tweeting it right now. This the legacy of Chairman Fred ain't no one-hit wonder. This ain't no one-night stand. This dynamic, it impacts you. It impacts you. We live and direct, y'all, making history, taking history, taping history. We got any callers in queue? 929-477-3785. Press 1 to be heard.
Murray Brown on the line. Free them all.
Free them all.
Hey, free them all. Peace and blessings to everybody. Long live Chairman Fred.
Long live Chairman Fred.
I'm not afraid to say it. I'm going to say that. That's the second part.
Right on.
I'm going to say it on my podcast, man. The Dime Show.
Right on.
To throw out a cheap plug real quick, and I'm going to keep saying it on there. I appreciate you. I've mentioned I have not articulated long live Chairman Fred on my show yet. However, I have mentioned my appreciation of you, great brother, as I do appreciate you, and I appreciate that his spirit lives on, and his intent and his purpose carries on, and his legacy carries on through you. It is my desire to put energy towards manifesting his vision as I continue to understand it more. Because my little bit of understanding of it, it resonates with what I'm able to understand and what I'm able to grasp. I take notes, man. I got notes for this show working. I appreciated somebody, that brother mentioned the Rainbow Coalition, and diversity, and power in all colors. I remember hearing that through one of Chairman Fred Hampton's speeches. All power to all people, and I appreciate that. Thank that brother I want to thank that brother for saying that. I got a calling. I believe many hands make light work. I believe that it's all light work. I think that by serving each other and supporting each other and pursuing each other's dreams, there's been studies of lending energy to supporting someone else's endeavors. Not only does it make light work of that, as it's like a phenomenon in the universe. That people gravitate towards each other. So it's like Eve are met, they out there. The dots are not connected. It's like everybody's acting as individual dots, and we just need to really connect the dots and form this web. Is what we need to do. For the free, we can't do that. There's a platform already in place that I've been working on. I like what you said about a lot of people waiting on perfect times. Man, the times will never be perfect, man. It's important. I heard somebody say take massive action, and that's what I try to do, man. I like what Willie Jolly said. He said about jump out the window and grow wings on the way. It ain't never going to be perfect, man. Don't wait on things.
Say before that quote, you said make masters. Tell me the other quote you just said. You said something before the jump. Say that again. Jump out the window. No, you said no. You said another. What's the quote?
I love that quote. I'll say that all day.
Say it again.
Sometimes you ask me, brother, jump out the window and grow wings on the way.
Right. And you said another quote before that one too.
But before you get there, before you get, you got some place to go, man. The destination, you need to get out this window, man.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Yes, indeed.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate what that brother said. I believe in walking in love. I love people, man. My desire is to love all people. I believe it's okay to love. I believe it's okay to love yourself first. Man, these times are hard. It'd be difficult to embrace all people consistently, man. That's something I'm working on consistently.
Let me jump in with you real quick. Let me jump in. I'm digging your energy. Let me jump in with you real quick. Right on to your calls, and also let me say this too. Let us seize the time. We have a lot of times we are forced to do just reactionary moves, right? But the deal is a lot of times we have a platform, and even because there are some cases like they say, kids just say, man, I got to move this way. But we have a template, on how to organize, how to move, how to mobilize, and we got to really fight to make sure there's structures in place, and also. Second point about when we say we love the people, then we say I love yourself first. Deal is we on with a politic that does not force us into absolutes. It's a history where as opposed Sheikh Anta Diop talks about even the history of African people in particular, where people work in harmony with nature, even the gender contradiction as opposed to one at the expense of another. Capitalism, imperialism, it sets a standard. We gotta be one. Do I love myself or I love the people? That's why I was real hesitant about even referencing Chairman Fred as an individual. One, the connection, one in the people, one within the same. It's an old axiom that goes, what's good for the family may not be good for the community. But what's good for the community is good for the family and the community. Making that, and the deal is also to set we can nip a lot of things in the bud about a lot of disappointments. A lot of disappointments. We have to really heighten the contradictions. A lot of us are not ready for that to even be clear on who are the people. Because a lot of times we go out there, we be disappointed. Let's be very clear. Some people relate to the saying that in Rome do as the Romans do. Some people, you know what I'm saying? It's like the movie Walking Dead. So there are some casualties. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So don't let us romanticize revolution. A lot of people had an issue. Well, I don't like the fact that Judas and Black Messiah gonna have William O'Neill in it. This is the reality. So we got to come in. You got to come in clear. And when you heighten the contradictions, it ups the ante because it's simplistic to come in with a blanket assessment of all black people, all people who have the last name Jones or whatever. But the reality is, a lot of these conditions, whether it be relationships, whether it be like even families, these have been really it's humbling, it's embarrassing. And like these are not decisions that we've made. This is a modern day plantation, and we have to be equipped with a position. Harriet Tubman didn't tell her husband when she's making the moves. She'll leave a stack of hay next to dude and keep it moving, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because this is a plantation. I mean, you tell me they get this oppressor give a whole new definition of arranged weddings. You know what I'm saying? And even to this day, that still exists. So a lot of times we come in and it be subjective what we want people to do. You know what I'm saying? We want people to, even myself, I'd be like, man, this would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? Like I had this car one time. I said, I like this car. I say, but the transmission was junked. You know what I'm saying? I say, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got certain forces. I mean, not telling we have to deal with some bad people to do some good moves, but we have to be armed with a politic. You know what I'm saying? Because the deal is, we got to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And some situations there are some forces who so damaged you got to deal with them from a distance or can't deal with them at all. You know what I'm saying? And the Chairman Fred told me, revolution is a scientific art that must be perfected. And that's because I'm not telling we get caught up with this. I love the people. And that's no doubt about it. And that's why I'm so grateful for the politics. You know what I'm saying? Because the deal is we come in with just a dynamic of just good intentions, so on and so forth. This is the science of this struggle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people want to the feelings of it. You told me the deal is, when I was held captive in one of the concentration camps, this one cat was throwing some slander on me. He would try all type of stuff. He said, "Well, man, Chairman, he, you know what I'm saying, he racist or whatever." And the guy said, "Well, man, the champ, they had a Model of the Month event. They acknowledged Che Guevara coming out to Che Guevara. This person, everything this dude was throwing, it didn't fly." And people said, "Champ, why you don't respond to dude?" I said, I don't give everybody, man, I don't put energy in everything. I said, my resume, I said, you have to distinguish criticism from slander. You dig? And so then I lost my train of thought. I was going with this individual. But everything this cat kept on trying, you know what I'm saying, the work, you know what I'm saying, the work ethic, you know what I'm saying, heightened it. He was exposed, you know what I'm saying? So we got, because and a lot of people come on, because they say, man, like he'll be in the chow hall where the prisoners eating food at. He'll jump and do some more reactionary action. Cats coming to my man, dude, talk this and that. The police, I say, man, listen. You think it's? I say, listen, man. The politics. The Panther Party had a term called jackanape. These motherfuckers didn't give no fuck about this. They weren't fighting the interests of the state or the police. They didn't give a fuck about neither one. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, and we get caught our emotions, but we say got to check our emotions, let our emotions check us. You know what I'm saying? We are fortunate to have a politic to be able to say, man, did this here, man, not just force us an absolute to say jump out the window and grow wings when we fly. In addition, man, did this here, man, it might be certain moves we can kick that door through. You know what I'm saying? Or we have sometimes we have a subjective, all we see is the window. Because a lot of times people get involved in struggle. When they only consider, like I said, some of the pros and cons about new forces. A lot of times new forces come around, Chan, why you not excited? I'm like, man, one thing, because a lot of people, they think this just happened. And it's subjective. You know, the police done something to them. That's the first time this ever happened. But in objective analysis, we talked about Cook County Jail and addressed the toxic waste that was the Division 10 in Cook County Jail. When I was held captain, you know what I'm saying, in Cook County Jail, the guards had brought up old papers, articles I had written about Cook County Jail before I was ever taken to Cook County Jail. I seen the contradiction from the outside, inside. It was an objective analysis. We talked about Tam Sumac before I was taken there. A lot of times people can relate to it when something happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Like people and it's subjective. We'll take that. The deal is, again, there's no perfect allies. Sometimes we got to take what we got to take. You know what I'm saying? But we are fortunate to have a politic that say, man, We've been talking about this before we are. A lot of times people don't see it until they back against the wall and say, "Man, we got to jump out the window." We've been talking about the slum lords all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Say, listen, man, what y'all been doing? We've been talking about exposing this contradiction. We get doors and there are other outlets, and we working on building a house all the time. Well, I didn't see y'all. Yeah, which you know what I'm saying? Was it y'all fault you didn't talk long? No, people couldn't hear us. That's what the term season time means. The conditions have to be right for certain. Politics impacts people's hearing. Some people literally can't even hear us. It's certain things that have to happen. You know, so you go back and look and say, damn, now they go back and look at the resume. So we call the Black Panther Party Cubs. We call us like the last call for alcohol. We quoted to that woman that's in the lounge serving you kid constantly. You know what I'm saying? And we got scars and bars on us, you know what I'm saying, for fighting. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know, so people, they've been allowed hanging out with the champagne, the different other GMOs, government-made organizations, and then all they get exhausted. Man, it's people done told me, families who the police done killed their families and loved ones. The lawyers done told me, don't fuck with Hampton, don't touch them, and they went along with it. I tell you, don't trip. Wait for it. We know exhausted all those rooms. Where the last call for alcohol at? Where them Cubs at? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be consistent. And a lot of things, people might not even grasp. They don't. Some people just grasping on the lesson of the Black Panther Party right now. People come to me now. Oh man, I'm here with the Chan was saying that it wasn't no fault on that part because the Vanguard part was there because they was putting the word out. I mean, consistently the program, so on and so forth. But that fear, and also you got to take into account generational damage, trauma, you know what I'm saying? And certain things can trigger it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain, we have to acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying? And it's not you don't take it subjectively. Chairman Mao Zedong talks about one of the bourgeoisie tendencies is thinking everything that happens good is because of you, something happening bad is because of you. We have to go look at revolutionary suicide, how Minister U.E.P. Newton delves into his lineage. You know what I'm saying? From great-grandparents to grandparents, how he talks about it and do it in an objective way. You know what I'm saying? There was certain situations he had no control of, and you know, and it's humbling to talk about that. Young guy told me, he said he's down south, he has his grandmother. Grandmama, why is Uncle such and such so dark and my mama so light? And she said, son, this grandson's last thing we don't like to talk about. The Vanguard part, we heighten those contradictions. And we talk about it in a way, and it's a humbling way, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, you see people, they flatter themselves like it's some decision they made. Like you talk about the drugs in the community. Yeah, my homie got a hookup with a lot of these rappers and stuff be rapping it. Like they made some on their own volition. They decided to go in there, just say niggas and bitches a million times. No, you're told directly, indirectly what to say. We know what to relate to. People say, Chairman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things you're saying, a lot of people can relate to because they don't know. I said, no, they do know. They know. We know what this. We know. A lot of us do. Now, a lot of us they don't, because like even I tell people like the code switching. You know what I'm saying? You know how to talk when the police come around, so on and so forth. And some people can't afford to do that because they come from a base, they don't even know the code. They through the door. A lot of people call sellout. They was never connected to the community. Never. It's a case going on in London where this white lady keep going visit the monkey. She not the monkeys. It's one monkey, a chimpanzee. She go visit all the time for years. She bring them out. She bring a special bag of peanuts. Mind you, all the other chimpanzees out there. The orangutan. She picks this primate out all the time. He don't even know how to walk as a chimpanzee now. He don't come out till she come out now. And you know what I'm saying? And from it's certain perks that come with that. The other gorillas and apes and say, hey, man, dig, man, dude got to go. This month, he has to go. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, he can't, you know what I'm saying, correlate, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that type, you know what I'm saying? He can't, you know, it's certain things that are disrespectful that he do, you know what I'm saying, to the other primates. We have to acknowledge that there are some of those who are not, you know what I'm saying, who have a disconnect. You have to wonder, and they was wondering, why is this monkey being held up as a spokesman? They come, the zookeepers come on, and ask the other monkeys, is there anything, any issues here, you know? And this monkey is like the spokesperson. They're like, hold on, man. That's the monkey that she pick out every time. He getting the peanuts of the, you know what I'm saying? That's interesting now. I mean, I got to click the call right back in. Okay, so go. Let me know. Okay, right on caller. I'm looking on 803. 1 second. Okay, there you go. Live. Okay, Instagram. Start again. Y'all click back in with it. Y'all tune in. Y'all put the word out tomorrow. Y'all share that commercial we got, the updated commercial we got, the promo, the ad for tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Go join the Facebook. Say you're going. Come on out tomorrow. Get your Chairman Fred shirts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It starts at 6 o'clock. We might meet up I think we'll meet up at the Hampton House at 5:30, you know what I'm saying? And head on down there. You know, so we're gonna get to it. Matter of fact, any volunteers to film this, document this here, y'all come on and get this documented so we can roll on out to the hearing, the village. But great call. I'm missing all these comments on here. I see, okay, Clemens, Cassandra, these some people I want y'all to meet. They tapping in right now. Yeah. He was actually tortured by Lieutenant John Burge in Chicago. Yeah, that's Cassandra Greaves mentioned Dr. Sean. Some of these names, you know what I'm saying, we'll make sure y'all connect with. Yeah, mentioned them earlier. Right on Quran, seeing the building, free them all. Y'all feel free to call in, come. We got some young people in the building, and we just gave a morale boost too. Say, I know a lot of times it's like, and a lot of times you think the information is not getting out, you're not impacting people, and I'm guilty of that also, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes because you can't see you moving, you may take things for granted, you know what I'm saying? And other people can see the impact, you know what I'm saying? And it's good. It's good to hear that and know that, not for no ego tripping or just make just to make you feel good, but every day we get demoralized and it's demoralizing. You every day 18 shootings and you know what I'm saying, and people, you know what I'm saying, that's intentional. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna tell you about, you know what I'm saying, these uprisings happening, people say, and then not becoming a race or class arrogance. You're like, ain't nothing happening. What you mean? Well, I ain't heard about it. You sound like the people that what they say in the forest, the tree falls and you don't hear it, doesn't make a noise. Who are you? Who who are you? So if the tree falls, listen to that. And a lot of people ask that question. If the tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound if you don't hear it? Some people actually believe that. Some people actually believe if they don't know about no protest or the news ain't told them, it ain't nothing happening. They listen to their conversation like, man, we ain't doing it. These people who ain't never left the house. I'm talking about before the quarantine. Lady told me one time, Chan, my husband really want to get involved, but coronavirus. I said, come on, sis, let's be straight up. Your husband want to come out of the house before the quarantine. She started laughing. She said, you right, Chairman. Let's be honest. And as Shakespeare said, to thine self be true. See, once we get some clarity, we can avoid all these traffic jams. So we got a lot of traffic jams. My man put on his Facebook the other day, I like Derek Jones, went on Facebook, he say, if you stay in your lane, there's less traffic. If you stay in your lane, there's less traffic. A lot of people, it's become black when it's beneficial, play Panthers when it's profitable, Cubs when it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So we end up with these traffic jams. And then when the heat come down or you need some assistance, all of a sudden, you be like, where everybody at? You know what I'm saying? You out there in the car, you ain't got no gas, the car's stuck. You like, and people like, I thought it was a whole bunch of y'all. And you like, wait a minute. That's when it was fashionable. That's when it was cool. That's when the leather jackets and berets was happening. You start talking about, hold on, man. Chairman Fred stayed in an apartment, no hot running water, huh? Rats running through that. Oh, hold on. I ain't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? And gone. And people be making up groups, throwing the chairman name on it, getting money and shit. You be like, what? How the Hampton House is finna get taken by the government? People writing books and shit, selling shirts with Chairman Fred name on it. You like, well, you think, man, I know y'all got a lot of support. Man, when we first met with the movie crew, when we first sat down at the house, you know what I'm saying, to my Jews and Black side. First, we went for a long period, we weren't even entertaining because here we go again. So we say, hold on, we gotta meet these people. They say, no, you can't just meet these. I said, no, we got to. Too much I'm playing Mother Comrade, too much Chan. We gotta say, man, it gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? And our resume includes different people in the Forrest Whitaker was someone trying to do the movie on the chairman, and some people in the Panther Party told him, say, man, that man's son will be to see you. Forrest Whitaker said, shit, I'm gonna go for some green and grass. I'm gonna try this Butler mood in. Shit, we don't play about that legacy. We at the Hampton House sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Man, forces who we still have a relationship with to this day. Again, you know what I'm saying? The director Shaka King, my nephew Ryan Coogler, his wife Zenzi, Nigel, you know what I'm saying, Charles King, Daniel Kaluuya and Dominique Fishback. And I remember the initial meeting. I remember somebody had to go to this one use the restroom. And I remember the look in some of our comrades' face. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, show them where the restroom is at. There was no running water in the Hampton house. None. We in there, no running water, no heat, no nothing. And it shocked them. They're like, damn, this the Hampton, this the Hampton house. And you know what I'm saying? And you like, and it's a contradiction. You know, you're like, damn. And we have to heighten those contradictions. And it's humbling. And like we said, wait till we get, you know what I'm saying? Wait till we get straight. The deal is, we got to move, man. We armed with a project. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And we can be forced to, you know what I'm saying, the reaction that moves. We move proactive. In fact, say more work in peacetime, less work in wartime. Because the deal is, we can be, like when I was locked up, I was held captive. I wasn't on no furlough. It was certain things I couldn't do, but I still, you know what I'm saying, the politicized, you know what I'm saying? It's to see, don't get caught up in absolutes. So if we just move in a reactionary way, when it's forced to jump out the window, you know what I'm saying? You might say, hold on, man. I got somebody, I can hit that flow. My man, be downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Catch me when I roll out. You know what I'm saying? And you know certain forces. You know what I'm saying? You study certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So you're not surprised. A lot of people, the term sellout is one of the most overused terms in the Black community in particular. It's one of the most overused terms. People tell me, man, I can't believe such and such. You can't believe what? Look at the resume. It's the movie on O.J. Simpson. The guy was in grammar school with him. He said, man, we was children. Man, we was in there shooting pool, something in the bathroom. The superintendent come get us, went downstairs. He say, OJ connected with the superintendent on a conversation going away to the office. He said, all of them get suspended. OJ is a child, walked out with the superintendent like he was. We said, damn, he connected with them all the time. Some guy at a white golf club say, this golf club was so exclusive, not a golf club, some exclusive white club. He said, we would not allow Sidney Poitier, nobody come to this club. He said, Orenthal was allowed. He said, we thought Orenthal was playing black. They said we thought he was going around like pretending he was black. And the deal is they have a psychological profile, and a lot of people be surprised. And again, just do the politics. You see everything. I be say, Chairman, I don't have the experience. Politics exists in the jail cell, your poetry scenes, your households. You know what I'm saying? You got to embrace. Some cat telling me, well, man, you know more stuff about this chairman because you older than me. You 52 years old. I say, man, did this here. You know what I'm saying? Man, the deal is you can look at certain dynamics of youth. You know what I'm saying? And everything is political. You know what I'm saying? And we have to acknowledge that. We are impacted by situations, circumstances, you know what I'm saying? And the lack of situations, circumstances, you know what I'm saying? And how we deal with certain situations. You don't know who. It's a scene, somebody just, it was that movie, it might have been 12 Years a Slave. Where David Banner was playing, it was on a plantation. David Banner was on the plantation, and the slave master had shot him. And the young guy who was playing, I think his son, matter of fact, the young brother who plays in Power, that Ghost, that, you know what I'm saying, he plays main character now. He was the child then, and in the time of him seeing the father get shot, and then the slave master's wife told him, I'm gonna take you in the house. You're gonna become a house nigga. How you deal with tragedy. You know what I'm saying? How you deal with situations, how you assess it, you know what I'm saying? Gotta take all into account. We live on the record on Free My Radio, y'all, making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. That's what it is, y'all. We got any callers in queue? How we looking on 812? Any callers in queue? And y'all jump in too. Y'all feel free to jump in.
Come on, Brother Chairman. We have Brother Shabazz back on the line. Free them all.
Welcome to Free My Radio.
Free them all.
Hey, Chairman. Man, I love when you speak politics, man, because everything gets political, man. I just want to say that, again, you know, that's another thing that we have to put our attention on, how political things are. You know, you get 98% of the president of the United States being white men, another 98% of them U.S. Senate, you know, another 94 Supreme Court justices, you know, another 91 House of Representatives, you know, and the list goes on. They only about 30% of the world population, the U.S. population to be exact. And so, like, when you say everything's political, man, a lot of people politics is going to bring change. You know, if we bring the change to politics, you know, we can't continue to ask these white folks, these white representatives, and a lot of the representatives that are representing us now, we can't continue to ask them for things. We need to take it, and we don't take it. You know, we don't got to use aggression. We don't got to use the hate they use, even though it'll be valid. But I think that we have to use our brain, use the intelligence, use the intellect of our predecessors when it comes to politics. You know, the Black Panther Party, again, they were armed with the political ideology, and so I feel like the times a lot of Black people get lost in that. But we do have to stand up and represent ourselves. You know, we're going to see a huge shift in the political field if we don't focus our energy on the midterm election coming up, and that huge shift is going to be very dangerous. There's going to be, you know, a lot of white men doing what they were put in office to do, control. And one thing I would like to say also is, for all the Black people out there who don't believe in politics, just ask yourself why white people want to keep winning. Ask yourself why Brett Kavanaugh, why Amy Coney Barrett, why they are in the positions they are in, why they want to remain there, because they want to keep the control.
Let me jump in with you one more time. Let me jump in with you. We want to struggle to, like, even when we reference that about the elections and all that, because we struggle to distinguish electoral politics. See, one dynamic about the Panther Party, it took terms like socialism and market capitalism about these bookshelves. The dynamic of, other communities can afford the luxury, you know what I'm saying, say, okay, you know what I'm saying, I say about O.J. Simpson or Orenthal at the golf club. That's political, you know what I'm saying? They were people naked eye, like they just going to play golf. I was in the venue this past weekend before the Oscars, you know what I'm saying, some different, you know, people, artists, some reactionaries say, oh, chairman up there with the Hollywood. They don't, man, wherever it's political. You know what I'm saying? The IntellectualCast, you know what I'm saying? They just seen a movie. And you can't struggle a lot of people. They didn't see the vision years ago. When you in 2022, you will see this brother Daniel Kaluuya up on the stage in the Oscars to my long live Chairman Fred. And the deal is, you had a climate in the 60s where even how we related with each other, like, you know what I'm saying, relationships, it was the terms, the music. It's political. It has to be second nature. Not that, a lot of communities can afford the luxury to say, okay, this is the time we're going to have this vote. This is what this means. A plebiscite, which was one of the points of the 10-point platform, the Black Panther Party, like a world vote. We have to study. We have to work what we got to work what we have, and take it to account. Listen to the people. Say, okay, that's a plebiscite. It might not be an official term. You know, it might be an official capacity, but you have to, assess. When these cats, you know what I'm saying, like liberate. You know what I'm saying. People say we have these different terms in other communities, but you had a climate. You want to see, you know what I'm saying, people going up in the stores liberating. You know what I'm saying. Don't steal from the people. And so it has to be it has to be intertwined. Not some people are going to see it, like you said, when they come out, when Brett Kavanaugh and the rest of these individuals come out and say, okay, this was going on. A lot of people didn't recognize America was racist until Trump came out. The deal is the policies and practice of how the writing is on the wall. Everything from how Trump said himself, he said, man, y'all, they talking about the immigration detainee cages. They say, we can't believe Trump got this. Trump say, this stuff been here since Carter was in office. What is y'all talking about? This ain't no new thing. You know what I'm saying? So we get the quote unquote music. Man, they doing blatant commercials for Percocet, Oxycontin, dropping on these that's propaganda bombs. That's political. That's political. The music it's political. Everything, even if this dynamic. Listen to, okay, let's go with the reaction. Let's go with the assessment of the Oscars. People say, oh man, some cat told me, see, I don't be watching that trivia stuff. I said, yeah, I hear you. I got to deal with the good, the bad, and ugly. Wherever the people are talking, we're gonna sum it up. Let's go with the thing that people not talk that they want to talk about. Listen to how people assess the Will Smith Chris Rock contradiction. Or bigger than that, you know what I'm saying? Listen to what they say out their mouth. Their first thing, yeah, man, but it shouldn't happen there. Happen where? Happen where? Let's have this conversation. Happen where? Politics is like real estate, time and location. What's in people? The dynamic of they not tripping about what happened. Where? Let's be upfront. What does that represent? I don't care how gold that statue is. You motherfuckers know that's white folk shit. Let's be upfront with this here. So when we talk the term politics, when people talk about certain, you hear certain things and certain individuals, how you like Scarface of Ghetto Boys. It's a line in one of his songs. He say, "Motherfuckers will disrespect God before they disrespect the law." Most things that you taught to believe are immoral is really illegal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a question of morality about that happening. The Oscars, let's switch it up. Man, such and such got into it at the BET Awards or source. Who? Yin Yang Twins and the Migos. Okay. They got 15 people got shot. Meanwhile, your point is what? 50 people shot in Chicago this past weekend. Meanwhile, change that narrative. 4 white poodles died in Chicago. Whoa, what? What? Hold on. It ain't no discussion about, man, these dogs killing each other. We gotta stop all this dog on dog crime. Hold on, man. Every kennel, somebody's responsible. It's the people in power responsible for this shit. This whole thing they talking about now, the security. See, politics is not. They talking about now the Will Smith and Chris Rock. Now they bringing the old footage, the psychological profile, how Will Smith was impacted as a child. See, there are white families right now in California suing TikTok and social media. They suing them. They saying my daughter's anorexia is tied to your images that you put on this damn TikTok. Now in our community, man, what's Sheila doing? Man, her motherfucking ass just fucked up. What you mean? Oh man, she fucked up. She a Capricorn. Or you know what I'm saying? Her daddy wants shit. Other communities, they are suing. They said, no, you better bring Zuckerberg, whoever in charge, because your propaganda is impacting my child. See, in Nazi Germany, they say that the Fuhrer created the ghettos. In the black community, somehow the narrative gets switched. Somehow that we created the ghettos. It's political. How you view it. Before we even talk about somebody getting down, just hiding the contradictions to the point. Like, wait a minute, who done this shit? You know what I'm saying? And after you get the generational damage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it's political. How you view your beauty. How you view. What's wrong? Would act up at. See, it's one of the first time they had these black producers and everything at the Oscars, and some cats get confused. You see black. A lot of times, white folks are gonna do nothing. Just the fact of saying certain. I was in court one time. I went to court. I'm gonna close it down. This is a court case they had gave me. Sherman Park. It was a case where these children were not allowed to go do these drills in the field house. So we challenged them. We protesting it. So I ended up getting some sort of trespassing case. Police pull up on me out there. We out there with the children. So the police pull up on me in the car. She say, get in the car. I said, what? She said, get in. You know why? I said, yeah. I said, you fuck is you a taxi or a pizza delivery? What you mean, get in the car? We missing some part of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they call her back or they get handcuffed. Dude, so why you didn't get this shit? Man, catching come for the hanging. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So they handcuff me, take me in, give me a case. I'm going to court for the case. I come in court. It's this cat in there, notorious on the street. I'm telling this cat here, till you see him, I'm telling this cat, his name alone, cats, they freeze. I see this cat in the courtroom. I'm speaking to him. He literally like, I said, man, I said, look just like dude. You know what I'm saying? I said, maybe I'm mistaken. So I'll go for the case and everything. Ooh, judge tell me something like, well, this don't go in the park no more. So the bailiff like, man, Mr. Hampton's going to leave. I said, what do you mean I'm going to park? Fuck me, Freddie, Jason, and that motherfucker. What you mean I'm going to just leave? I said, no. I'm confused. What you mean just don't go in the park no more? So we back and forth. So I leave out of the case. I see the dude. I say, man. He say, man, what happened? I said, I thought that was you. He say, man, they were talking about you before you came in there, man. I say, man, they had you. You couldn't even look at me, man. I said, you a damn fool on the streets. So we had to start being clear what triggers certain dynamics. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't know it, it's there. It's there. The damage is there. And I got to be careful. The vanguard has to be careful how heightening the contradiction because they'll blame the motherfucking messenger. Like it's something that you did. They say, "Oh, motherfucker, you respond." Hold on, motherfucker. Go trace that shit. You don't need no ancestry. You don't need no Maury Povich. Trace that shit from your mama's church, your daddy's school, your great grandmother's slave master, and see what. And motherfuckers pass that shit down. Like it's fine china. Hiding the contradictions. Now people, the Panther Party, they was blaming motherfuckers with a Panther. Man, we doing damaged goods. We got damaged goods. And I be saying, well, why you work with it? Man, we got to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some cats ask me before, Chairman, why you be dealing with, man, listen, why you deal with this for us? Man, my line of work, got to deal with the mentally scarred, bad body parts, and broken hearts. Let me repeat that. Mentally scarred, bad body parts, and broken heart. Our community like a fucking you pull it. Ain't no showroom flow. You got to grab what you got to grab. And at the same time, recognize who created these car accidents. Who done it? The principal contradiction. We trying to hide, but it's hard to get there because it's easier. To just say, oh yeah, this person done that. Go back and all the discussions going on right now. Go back and trace the impact, who taught them, who trained them. When they grew up, and then they get caught in the situation with black, the confusion, you can't move. Because I said who trained them. They can't move on a pivot. A lot of these organizations, they like a deer in front of headlights. They can't move. They stuck. It's a certain code. It's a certain conduct of disrespect. It's a body language that how people deal with each other. It's a certain sensitivity in different cultures. I don't say that. Don't acknowledge no contradiction. You don't even say it. Dismiss it. We all the same. In the ruling class, they sell you that snake oil. Then you confront them. Man, listen. When the government tried to get the Blackstone Rangers to go against the Black Panther Party, Chairman Fred went to go meet the Blackstone Rangers. They hide the contradictions. A lot of people like, man, you shouldn't be with these gangbangers. Chairman Fred said, we deal with the real world. A lot of people said, we gonna sit here with our books. We're gonna talk about how beautiful Africa is. Chairman Fred said, you want to talk about Africa? You know some motherfuckers over there wearing 357 and bandoliers too, right? Oh no, we're not talking about that part. I know damn well you're not. Chairman Fred said, we out with the people. You know what I'm saying? You should be, man, the young patriots, they racist. They Confederate. Chairman Fred said, you bullshitting. Shit. We all going holler at preacher man, don't find some points of unity. This, and some people can't do it because they can't come in and talk about no coalition because they're not even clear who the fuck they are. You ain't a lot of cats ain't what base they ain't come from. No, and that's what they do this here. They comedian Flip Wilson said after he made his first $1 million. He knew he wasn't a nigga no more. Comma, not period. Comma. He said, but he didn't know what he was. He didn't know what he was. And they grab these silly putty motherfuckers and they put them in positions and flex, and you got to morph around to whatever agenda, you know what I'm saying? And see, I study certain dynamics. A lot of people be surprised. And I listen, you guys, people will tell you. And they be coming, they're disdain for black men or black women. It be some other baggage, you know what I'm saying? Had nothing to do, and you take it personally. You imagine you walk into American Airlines and you see a customer in front of you going up on the ticket agent about their baggage get lost at Greyhound bus station. You know, where they, and you say at some point you'll say, man, you know what? This person is some other shit going on here. You gonna look at certain people, they disdain. They disdain for the people. You don't know what baggage, what triggers. Listen, even with dogs, with animals, you don't know what past situation. Man, the brother gave me a dog one time. I said, man, you didn't tell me. It's a cane course I put outside. She looked at me like, what are you doing? I said, the dog's right, they stay outside. She came to the back door, she walked, I looked at her nails. I said, like she been to the pedicures or something. Her nail, and she hit the door like, let me in. I called the door, I said, you didn't tell me this was a house dog. He said, yeah, how you know, champ? I said, man, I could tell her look in her face. She's like, what are you doing? I'm supposed to be out here. She had no friend. You study something, they'll tell you. We get identity. I be saying, Chairman Fred, sometimes you can be divisive. No, motherfucker, we identify. And we clear on that. And don't take it personal. Don't beat yourself up. Don't flatter yourself that it's something that you alone do. It's a common, different dynamics. You are impacted if you grew up on the west side or the south side of Chicago. It's different dynamics. You're impacted by that. We on the countdown. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, hey, I can't. So, hey, y'all know that tomorrow 6:00 p.m. Real talk. Any more callers at Q?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you describe what a liberated society
Yo,
looks like to you?
I'm on 2 minute countdown to it.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm gonna get it in real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's a contradiction. Chairman Fred, so he gonna get something in real. Do that question again. I'm gonna stop. And then I think we have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I feel like we always talk about what our oppressed society looks like and what we're striving for liberation. But can you describe to you, in your opinion, what a liberated society looks like?
A liberated society. Okay, first of all, liberated to be free. Mother Comrade Cool always said it's hard for us to talk about that because we haven't experienced it. A lot of us haven't experienced it. And a lot of times people look at it in this utopia, like everything is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The deal is the Black Panther Party, the precious entity we fight for self-determination. And a lot of people say, what do you mean we have that? No, we're told directly, indirectly what we can do, what we can be. You know what I'm saying? Even whether it be physically or out of fear of a military attack or, you know what I'm saying, ostracized, whatever. Like, and we're not dictators. A lot of people say you want everybody doing the same thing. No, we encourage struggle. You know what I'm saying? A principle, dialogue. So we want a liberated society. Well, there would be contradictions. There not necessarily become antagonistic contradictions. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We're told that this system is set up where the one comes at the expense of another. In order to be a successful prison warden, people have to be in jail. In order to be a successful drug dealer, people have to have habits. You know what I'm saying? As opposed, I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Your sexuality, your how you relate to what you feel, it shouldn't be not necessarily become detrimental. People say, well, that's how the way it works. No, it's not. You can, like the analogy in Africa, where people can hop on an elephant, go where they going. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else in the elephant go here is not as opposed to as soon as you come into contact with the elephant, take his tusk. Exploit it, you know what I'm saying? Every time you even have people talk about relationship, like I got something from you, exploited this here. Crazy as this sounds, a society where people can work in harmony with each other. And it's not of course there'll be contradictions, you know what I'm saying? But not to sound cliches, but I'm saying people who produce, they consume, and consume what they produce. The true sense of socialism. You know what I'm saying? Where we're able to have uninhibited, we have different struggles, not that fear factor back here. Well, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I might get locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like you go like that. You know what I'm saying? And even our music and you know what I'm saying. I said it. We had a repass in the community for Stanley Tookie Williams, co-founder of the Crips. I say Tookie Williams grew up in the climate like I grew up in. Deprived of the Black Panther Party, where a lot of times the only options given to us is to become a Boy Scout or a banger. Different things. If there's certain people cup of tea, do whatever, so be it. But we're told in our community what to be, what our definitions of beauty. I'm telling you, they suing in California. Them mothers. They saying, listen, my daughter anorexia. You have force fed her this bogus definition of beauty. True sense of self-determination. Well, we got to come on out of here, y'all. Give me a shout out one more time, y'all.
So we're from Allegedly Podcast. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Anchor,
Google Podcasts.
and you can follow us on
some stuff together too. Podcast, yeah.
And you can follow us on all social media at We Said Allegedly, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram.
Okay, y'all. It's a call, free them all. We're gonna be coming back in with y'all in a minute, y'all. That's what it is. Love and respect. Keep it tomorrow, 6:00 p.m., 125 South 5th Avenue. This is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Robert Allen, aka Lady Rage, Sister Comrade. Let the callers know who we didn't get. We touch back with them. Y'all, let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history, man. Again, tomorrow's going down 6:00 p.m., 125 South 5th Avenue, 6:00 p.m. Keep your heads up, eyes on the physical. What's the call? Free them all. Free them all.